here's the all-time great, the UFC Hall of Famer, Ronda Rousey. Of course, she took part in the first women's fight in UFC history back at UFC 157. Went on to fame and fortune, her legacy as well established as any woman in the game.
I met Ronda Rousey back at the Olympics in 2008. As a young girl, became an Olympic bronze medalist. That was unheard of for someone to do that. And she took that star power and that ability to grapple and applied it right to a mixed martial arts career, where she not only captured the UFC title, but also defended it on a number of occasions with her patented armbar. Every time Ronda fought, people tuned in, they loved it, it was always exciting.
And some wondered if she would ever make this walk again. Well, here is Ronda Rousey back in this arena, and if her freedom to fight talk is any indication, she's got a point to prove here tonight. Well, with respect to Amanda Nunes, you can argue that Valentina Shevchenko is the greatest women's mixed martial arts athlete of all time. And by the way, I know you've been checking out that career mode. How about Shevchenko moonlighting as a coach?
I mean, if you're going to be coached by anyone, you want to be coached by this young lady right here. She has won everything that she has done. And look, you at the Performance Institute, before you get your lunch, you pop in and you see the champ. Valentina Shevchenko has the mind of a champion, but she also has the skills that have allowed her to distance herself from the UFC flyweight division. She's a phenomenal fighter, and I'm pretty sure she's a phenomenal coach.
And man, has she put her small nation of Kyrgyzstan on the world map with all of her UFC success. Another big spot in a career full of them for Valentina Shevchenko here tonight. All right, just about ready for live action. Here is tonight's tale of the tape. We send it inside the octagon to Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the co-main event of the evening. It's time! This fight is 5 rounds in the UFC bantamweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the former UFC Women's Bantamweight Champion of the World and the member of the UFC Hall of Fame, Ronda Rousey! And now introducing her opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Valentina "Bullet" Shevchenko.
So Herb Dean, third man in there for this one.
Ready. Good.
All right, so here's the future Hall of Famer, Valentina Shevchenko, ready to go for round one. It's rare for her to walk into the fight meeting, DC, and suggest to us that she is prioritizing a finish. That is very much stepping out of her lane, but she believes this matchup provides the perfect canvas upon which to paint a masterpiece. We'll see if she can turn those words into action tonight. She landed that shot to the leg. Yet another nice leg kick there by Valentina Shevchenko. Nice jab. All right, so just as her corner said in our fighter meeting, she was going to close the distance and try to get the clinch early. Mission.
Smokes.
Oh, judo toss. Made it look easy.
Great commitment to the kicking game.
Oh, she got inside and right to the single collar.
Threw a flying knee to the head.
Try to establish that jab. Push kick there to the body. So both doors landing right out of the chute.
Oh.
Lands a big elbow there. just out of range with that right hand.
She closes the distance and gets a single collar. Big knee land. Jab is on point right now.
Oh, now gets an underhook to get a more dominant position. Oh, combination striking at its best. Another great sequence out of her.
She is just throwing everything with so much confidence. Every time she throws, she believes that she is going to land, and to this point, she has done just that.
Well, she's got a good jab, missed with it there. Well, Rousey's cut, folks. Nasty cut on her lip just opened up. Well, they don't let you wear headgear, but she don't need it tonight, right? Beautiful job defensively.
She's doing a great job of blocking up top. Nothing of any substance has landed to this point.
What a strike by her there. I'd be knocked out. Her opponent still stands.
She's still standing, but she's got to get on her bike, John. She's got to get out to the center of the octagon, find some space so that she can evade her opponent's finisher.
Oh, with authority, the body. Goes in and secures the takedown.
Oh, high kick. She gains separation, breaks that clinch position.
Oh, that's a beautiful land downstairs with the kick. Well, she went to the straight left, unable to connect. Oh, and there's another combination. She's turning this into a sparring session. Just high volume, and her opponent's got to make some adjustments.
Opponent has to make adjustments, but she has to interrupt those combos. When she gets going into her combination, opponent needs to interrupt that. When she is this free-flowing, it is very difficult to deal with.
Well, hard to see exactly where she is cut, but it's somewhere around that eye area. Doesn't look great.
It's never good to get cut, but right now it's a small one. You don't have to worry about it. You got to protect it.
Well, she told us she wanted to kick more in this one tonight, and she is certainly doing that to great effect.
She is doing it, and she's being very effective.
Outstanding job by her there to change levels and get this fight to the ground. What do you guys call that, an ankle pick?
I mean, that's an ankle pick, but there's a lot that goes into it. For her to execute it in the fight, amazing.
All right, so she told us in the fighter meeting the body shots were going to be key, and they certainly have been. She invested early, and now you're starting to see some damage on the other side.
Yeah, she's doing a great job of following the game plan. She spoke to us in the fighter meeting about going to the body, about investing, not worrying about seeing the outcome right away. And it's starting to show now as this fight gets long.
Well, you want to talk about a case of pick your poison. That is the reality when you fight Valentina Shevchenko, and her opponent tonight has had no answers on the field.
Well, no answers, because Valentina and her accuracy causes problems for everyone. I think that she is one of the most talented counter-strikers we have seen in the UFC in a long time.
So they're probably her best strike of the fight.
Her best strike, and you don't see this type of power normally in this weight class. She lands, and she lands very effectively.
All right, that horn signals the end of round one. Well, Rousey's corner is going to have to take a look at that lip. It got cut in that round. It is starting to bleed profusely, and you got to think that could give her problems as its fight continues. All right, let's check out some of the action in that previous round. DC, she certainly kept the stat trackers busy with all those takedowns.
All those takedowns, and some really nice takedowns. She did a great job of level changing, getting into her opponent, not allowing her opponent to defend before she can secure her takedown.
All right, so there's the end of the round, and in terms of offensive wrestling execution, she had it all going there.
Yeah, she had it all working. She did everything she wanted to do. She was racing to position. Once she got to the leg, she didn't pause. She didn't stop. She went right to the finishes that she needed in order to get the fight to the ground. I mean, that was a great display of offensive wrestling.
Well, pretty good showcase for these two women in the previous round. As our next round gets underway, some risk management in the previous 5 minutes there.
This is a big moment for both of these fighters. Somebody is really going to have to make a decision.
Oh, she goes to the ankle pick. I don't know if she's doing that because you're in the commentators booth. The seminal blow of this fight thus far.
Yeah, man, she landed a massive hook, and it has her opponent hurt bad.
All right, so watch for her to set up that hook here again. We were in our fighter meeting on Thursday. She said the fans are starting to call her Madam Whitaker. She sees it as a compliment.
She sees it as an absolute compliment because she is in love with that specific punch as much as John is.
She doesn't even know John. But she says, if I can take something from John Lineker, is that I want to sleep someone with a big hook shot from either stance, conventional or southpaw.
All right, so just as we saw in the previous round, she is realizing a lot of success. It's a pretty good jab. Well, this is one of the more active rounds we have seen all night long. Both of these women have realized success with the striking, and both seem damaged.
It's always fun when you get a fight like this, where you see the blood on both sides, where you see the swelling on both sides, where you see the concern from both fighters recognizing that, wow, I've got my equal in front of me. Let's see who can push through and get the victory.
Fire there, DC, and now her opponent maybe seeing stars at this point.
Her opponent's seeing stars. Her opponent's hurt. She has to really get after her. Huge shots going on right here.
She is bobbled now.
Nice leg kick.
Man, she's hurt her opponent several times in this round. We acknowledge the durability on the other side, but how about just getting aggressive and finishing this fight?
You know, she doesn't take many chances inside the octagon. Right now is a time where she should take chances. She should be going forward, putting a lot of activity out there, trying to end her opponent's night.
He's had a huge strike right there, DC.
Great shot landed. Now she's got to go chase her down and get another one off to finish the fight.
Work the body with the knee. Uppercut attempt here. Nice job defensively there by Rousey. Oh, she landed again. That is a high fight IQ to continue to attack that cut. That's bleeding everywhere now.
Everywhere. You know, we love smart fighters. This young lady is as smart as they come. She will not abandon this approach. She knows that it's working, and she can see the work paying dividends by looking at, does not take too many of those.
Let's work.
Swing and a miss with that punch by Valentina Shevchenko. Well, we're not close to a stoppage, but every time that area in the eye gets hit, it's getting bloodier by the minute.
Yeah, it gets bloodier by the minute, and you start to worry because you can only take these types of shots for so long before it gets to a point where you're just in very, very big danger.
All right, so a pretty interesting development here in terms of this fighter's evolution. Just as we saw in the last round, primarily a jiu-jitsu athlete, having a lot of success with her striking tonight.
Well, you can see it from the moment she came out the corner. She was confident. She told us she would not chase takedowns. She felt like she was even better in the striking, and to this point, she has proven exactly that.
Oh, tense moment here. That arm triangle's tight. Somehow she gets out.
I thought it was over. I thought it was over, but that's one thing you know. Never underestimate these fighters in their submission defense.
She's trying to pass the guard here. Ooh, gets denied by the bottom
got
fighter.
stopped. She got stopped right in her tracks. Great job by the bottom fighter. She's stepping over the mount here.
Oh, you heard the crowd pop after that grueling ground battle. The athletes make their way back to the feet.
The athletes are up, and they need to take in the admiration.
What a strike by her there. I'd be knocked out. Her opponent still stands.
She's still standing, but she's got to get on her bike, John. She's got to get out to the center of the octagon, find some space so that she can evade her opponent from finishing her.
What a round! All right, so there's the horn indicating the end of the round. We will keep an eye on this cut. You see the cut man racing in there. Cut, it looks like it's on the bridge of the nose. He'll try to shut that thing and prevent it from being a factor for her here moving forward. Looks like he'll close it up now. All right, so there it is, the end of the round. Somehow she survives and advances after getting knocked down with a big punch there in that round.
She's tough. She's durable. But she cannot continue to take strikes like this. She needs to move her head on the center line. She cannot be a stationary target if she has any desire to win this fight.
You ready to fight? Ready.
Third round underway.
Controlling the fight behind that jab.
by Valentina Shevchenko.
Keep your distance. Keep your distance now.
She's unable to connect with the left hook. All right, so no surprise to see her continuing to attack that area. That cut is going to get wider with every passing moment of the fight.
You know, generally you expect it to get worse. When you're fighting someone like her, you know it's going to get worse because she's as sharp and as crisp as any striker you ever step in the octagon with. So she's going to be on that cut and attacking that cut relentlessly.
Man, she's got it all going with the hands, with the feet tonight, and that cut is really becoming a factor now as this fight continues.
Yes, she's got to move, Jay. She's got to get on her bicycle. She's got to get to the middle of the round so that the cut man can get to work. Because the more she's in there, the more she tries to fight face first, the more that cut is going to open up. She's got to get moving.
Well, there is going to be no denying her now. A huge TKO result here tonight, and this crowd is letting her know.
John, you know how much I love to talk, and I'm sitting here almost speechless because this young lady looked amazing. She said she was going to get a finish, and that's exactly what she did. Wow.
All right, here one more time, the veteran voice is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 21 seconds of round number 3. Declaring the winner by TKO, Valentina "Bullet" Shevchenko.
Well, man, is Valentina "Bullet" Shevchenko fun to watch when she is on, as she was here tonight. This is a fighter who has been mixing the martial arts for a long time now, way before it was in vogue. And, of course, the results speak for themselves. Congratulations to Valentina Shevchenko.